Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Morgan. Today we are going to be making peanut butter cookies. I apologize in advance if you hear any background noise. I have my baby sitting over here next to me. She is my peanut gallery for the day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. I just went ahead and melted it a little bit so it is easier to whisk in my sugar and peanut butter that we're gonna add in. So we're gonna start off with 1/2 cup of white sugar. And 1/2 cup brown sugar. And I will link the recipe that I'm using down in the description box. She's blowing raspberries on herself. I'm gonna whisk the sugar and the butter together. Next, I'm gonna add in 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. I'm using natural peanut butter, so it's just peanuts and salt. So I made sure to stir it really well before I added it to my cup. And I'm gonna whisk this peanut butter in until it's nice and smooth. Since I'm almost done with my wet ingredients, I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Remembering to take out my cast iron. Next, I'm gonna add 1 egg. I got a little shell in there, so I made sure to take that out. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then mix this egg and vanilla in. That's it for the wet ingredients, so now we're moving on to the dry, which is literally only 2 ingredients, optional 3. So I'm gonna add in 1.5 cups of flour. So there's 1. And 1/2. And then next I'm gonna add in 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So that's 1/2 teaspoon and 1/4. And then salt is optional depending on how salty your peanut butter is or how salty you like your cookies. But I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. But you can totally leave it out if you want to. And then mix. My pet cat is down here laying at my feet, and I'm trying so hard not to step on him whenever I have to run and grab utensils. So he just loves hanging out wherever I am. But now that I have mostly all of the flour incorporated, I'm switching over to a spatula to mix this all up, just to make it a little easier. My oven is all preheated now, so it is ready for the cookies. Saying I'm ready to have some of these cookies. I've been wanting to make peanut butter cookies for like 2 weeks now. I've been craving them. All right, the dough looks good. Now to get them all scooped up. All right, I just have a 1-inch little cookie scoop, and I'm just gonna scoop out dough balls. I'm hoping to get at least 24 cookies, but we'll just have to wait and see how many we get. I'm finishing up scooping out the rest of these cookies, and then I'm going to roll them in my hands and flatten them a little bit on the cookie sheet. And then in true peanut butter cookie fashion, I am taking a fork and making a crisscross pattern on each cookie. I will get them in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. And then I have just a little bit of extra cookie dough left, so I'm scooping it out and I'm gonna pop it in the freezer so they're ready to go for whenever I want a little snack. My kitchen smells heavenly right now. I'm gonna let these cookies cool completely before I remove them off of the baking sheets. Meanwhile, I'm gonna finish up doing my dishes. All right, the cookies are now cool. I'm gonna take them off of my baking sheets. Yeah, they smell heavenly. I love peanut butter, and these cookies I know are going to be right up my alley. Nothing really beats a plate of fresh baked cookies. Let's go ahead and give these a try. I am so excited. They seem nice and soft, but firm at the same time. Perfect for a peanut butter cookie. So good. These hit the spot perfectly. Like I said, I will link the recipe that I used down in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Bye. You want some?